Every race has obvious physical traits, but they also have inherent behavioral tendencies. For example, if both parents are black, their children are going to be born black. Now, if both parents were, say, alcoholics, although it's not as likely as black children being born to black parents, their children still have a high probability of acquiring that disorder during their lifespan. Since these traits are in our genes, this still applies if they are not raised by those parents, or even around the people that aren't alcoholics. I say the same would go for a character born of a race of a certain alignment, yet raised by a race of a different or even opposite alignment. This can also be applied to things like World of Darkness, vampires, and werewolf clans, and other role-playing games that have a morality system. For example, you could be as Misi, raised by Ventrue, never know your sire, and still be a willing participant in the Masquerade and Camarilla. Now, a problem with that, however, is the same problem faced by any character of that kind. You are an anomaly, out of place, not normal, square peg in a round hole. You're there, but you will never fit in. No matter how much you try, the culture that has adopted you is not your own and never will be. Even if your heritage isn't physically apparent, your inherited instincts and those behavioral tendencies will make you stick out like a sore thumb when you're among those of your adopted community. Orphans like this do make good adventurers, as they had probably been ostracized by their peers as they entered their teens, thus desiring to run away to find their own identity. That can be tragic if they plan to seek out their birth parents. You see, the culture they were taken from will never be theirs either. Although their attitude may match, they are entirely unfamiliar with the customs of their birth society. Now, depending on the society, they could simply be cast out, rejected as an outsider. But since this is an evil society they would be trying to return to, it's more likely they'll be imprisoned and tortured for information on the culture they were raised in, only to be disposed of afterward. I say the best thing for these characters is an adventure that involves travel, preferably not near those of their own clan or race. That way the character gets exposure to many different cultures and shows the world that even though everyone judges a book by its cover anyway, the pages within reveal its nature.